Blessed be, folks. Well, this is Riverwind in Alaska, and of all the videos I've been doing, I've been thinking, we really need to sit down and have a little bit of chat before you just want to rush to Alaska and make sure, your dreams will be fulfilled. And I believe that your dreams can come to fruition, except that there's a few things that you really need to deal with. And so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to get you started in what I'm going to ask you to do anyway. So one of the things that a person really has to deal with is the understanding that, I'm not just Riverwind. I am body, mind, and spirit. And we've talked a little bit about that before. So as long as the body, mind, and spirit is here, we got to understand that each of them needs to be fed. The body should be, of course, should be fresh and organic because of high frequency. And even if it's not organic, it should be something that doesn't have a lot of bad stuff in it. But everything's about high nutrition and about high frequency. As soon as you take that apple and you pick it off the tree, it starts dying. And, hey, dead food doesn't make for a healthy body or a healthy you, I love all my brothers and sisters out there, and I'm trying not to judge people. Very difficult to do that. But I need people that waking up to what they really need to do to survive coming times. And it's not that hard. It just takes a little bit of, knowledge that you're able to turn into wisdom. And, with computers and internet and cell phones, man, you could learn anything in seconds. It's that close. Anyway, so, as far as organic foods and stuff, I tell people that, man, ideally you should learn to grow your own food. And for years and years, I've been growing my own food. But boy, I'll tell you what, this year here, I've been fine tuning it perfectly to creating, my own soil. The soil that's got high nutrition, high mineral. Just actually everything that's combined and balanced enough to support ourselves, to help ourselves. So one of the things that came to me was this wonderful book called The Intelligent Gardener. Woohoo! And it's by Steve Solomon and Rika Reinheimer, I think. Anyway, it's a great book, and I recommend it highly for any of the people out there that, want a good life. Because when you do what you need to do with the soil and understand why people are getting sick, the periodic table tells us what's on the earth and a lot of things that what we need in trace amounts. So anyway, that's something that's important to let you know and understand. But number two, this is a hard one because it deals with, the mind. What is the mind? The mind is basically your ego, and it's been called many things. But number one, you got to understand that, we don't always do the right thing. Fortunately for me, I went through a lot of challenges and started realizing that it's not out there that's the problem. The problem was in here. And I started looking at life with different eyes, and I even spent some time in front of the mirror. Oh boy, you cannot lie to that person. So anyway, I started realizing that I've got to make things better in my life. And one of the things you have to deal with is that ego. The ego can be evil. The ego can be self-destructive. The ego can be suicidal. It could take you the place. The ego is that real pissy part, that anything that anybody says, rah, 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 no, it's not me, it's you. But no, the truth is, it's everybody has an ego, and how you deal with yourself is really what matters. It's not them that makes you mad or pissy. It's you on how you perceive it and how you deal with it. In some ways, it's really reflective and not always easy to have somebody in your face because it does push buttons. But if you have buttons to push, maybe it's time that we need to deal with some of these things. So, a couple years ago, my daughter gave me a book. She loves to read. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. And she gave me these books, and she gave me the second book first. And then I had to go back and read the first book. And I was so excited about this book that I called up a really good friend of mine in India, praying, and he told me that, serendipity, that he was just reading the book now at the time that I talked to him. So my daughter Misty, she gifted me this book. The second book I'll show you, after I show you this book. But it's about the ego and the imbalance that we all have. We need to take that yin-yang, that Taoism, and rebalance ourselves first. Because I want you to be part of a community, my community or other communities, for surviving and helping us have a better life. But unless you deal with that person in the mirror, oh man, we just don't want any bad apples, in the barrel, if you know what I mean. So anyway, the book that was presented to me was author Eckhart Tolle. Okay, this is his first book, The Power of Now. Once I create my healing retreat, the temporary membership is you could come in for a little bit and then the members could decide whether we want to keep you or not. But the thing is, it's like a prerequisite to read these books first. Because I don't want to just deal with anybody. I want you to know yourself. So anyway, this is Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now. And it's just fantastic. I can't even begin to tell you how it changed my life and helped me understand myself. Now, the second book is Eckhart Tolle's book, The New Earth, Awakening Your Life's Purpose. And again, wow. I mean, I've read so many metaphysical books in my life, but dang, this really brings me to a higher level. Really need to read these two books here. Because number one, it's like, we all deal with a lot of people around us, and we always believe that, I know what I'm doing, I'm a good person, blah, blah, blah. But, it's really good to read these books because it also helps you understand other people. Now, if we do have some of these issues, and having a hard time dealing with that, then there's things that, you must do for yourself. Number one, everybody needs counseling of a sort. And one of the best counseling that I've ever seen, and you should check and learn more about this, it's called Neuro-Linguistic Practitioning, NLP. It makes regular counseling just obsolete. It's incredible, but it's fantastic, and it's something that will help people, find themselves and release all that crazy stuff that's been building up in here for, years. I talk to people in my massage business and all my clients, and boy, I can't even begin to tell you some of the stories I've heard, which is, just between me and my clients. But the thing is, everybody has issues, and so many people, I had the worst childhood and blah, 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 and life is shitting on me, and what am I going to do, and blah, blah, blah. And, a lot of times, I make these quick prayers to God. It's like, boy, how can I answer, my client? How can I find just the right words? And it's not easy. But, number one, finding the right book so you can find yourself in the truth. And that's so very, very important to find that truth. And of course, the third one is, the spirit, body, mind, and spirit. And to tell you the truth, there's a lot of religions out there. They point you this way, they point you that way, and oh my gosh, if you're not part of this specific religion, You're going to burn in hell fires forever and ever and ever. Oh my gosh. I am sorry, sorry, sorry. That is not my God. No, no, no. My God is a loving, wonderful, beautiful God that gave us the gift of life. We are His children. We are His family. You know, and we all have challenges and things we're going through. And it's not easy. But I also believe in past lives, that, you know, each life we hopefully learn something that we could bring it with us. But I feel that this is probably one of my last lives here, and I need to really make it work well. That's why I need people like you to come and help me share your knowledge and wisdom